Hey everybody, it's Mickey, and in today's video we are decorating the house for summer. I have two DIYs I want to share. There's a tour of our summertime decor. I have a great recipe to try, and we will be starting our rehaul for fall organizing series. So since today is the first day of summer, we are going to be decorating the house for the season. Since it is summer, I try to keep everything super simple. I usually only decorate our front hallway and just a few spots around the house. I always stick with a red, white, and blue patriotic theme, and I'm going to be reusing a lot of the stuff that I had out for Memorial Day. I also have two DIYs that we're going to be trying out today. They are super simple. You only need just a couple of supplies, and they're made with red, white, and blue bandanas. So for the projects we are working on today, we're going to be doing two different ones. We're going to be making a wreath and a garland, and for both of these you will only need 4 supplies. You will be needing a really good pair of scissors because you're going to be cutting up the bandanas. You will be needing some twine, and you will also need a wire wreath. You can use any size you want. Mine here is 12 inches, and you can find these at any craft store. And then you're going to need a set of red, white, and blue bandanas. I found mine on Amazon for a really great price, and I will leave a link to these and the other supplies in the information section down below. To get started for both of these projects, we have to cut our bandana into strips. So you start by folding it in half and then folding it in half again and cutting off the border of the bandana without any pattern on it. With the bandana folded in half, you're going to cut it in about 1.5 inch strips. Just eyeball it. There is really no need to measure. This project is very forgiving. Cut about 4 bandanas of each color and stack in separate piles. Once the bandanas are all cut, you are ready to assemble your wreath. You can do it one of 2 ways. You can either alternate with red, white, and blue strips, or you can imitate the flag. For my wreath, I am using the flag motif, and I am alternating with my red and white strips on about 2/3 of the wreath, and then that last section will be all blue. Tie each strip to the wreath with a simple knot, as you can see here, with the tail of the bandana facing outward. I like to keep each strip pretty tightly together to make everything as full as possible. When the wreath is complete, you can fluff up the strips or just leave them flat. In no time at all, the wreath is complete, and the size and bright colors make it a great addition anywhere in your house that you want to add a little bit of summer. The garlands are really super simple to make, and it's actually one of my favorite things to decorate with for any holiday. You know, they're bright and fun, and they can be made into any party colors or room colors, and they're really cute in a kid's bedroom. To start, cut a piece of twine the length of the area that you want to decorate with. Then tie one end off and begin to tie on your bandana strips. For this garland, I am alternating between the red, white, and blue colors, and I keep each strip about 1/2 inch apart. With the garland all finished, we're going to get decorating. You know, bringing a little bit of the summer season into your house doesn't have to be complicated at all. It only takes something like a few bandanas to bring in fun and pull everyone together to celebrate the season. You know, when my kids were really small, they loved seeing the house decorated for the holidays, and honestly, not much has changed as they've grown up. The front hallway has always been my favorite place to decorate for any season because it's the first area that you see when you enter our home, and I think it gives a sense of what style is going on in the rest of the house. I decided to put the garland across the hall mirror to give this space a lot of color. On the table down below, I have a red and white placemat from Pier 1, and on top of that, I have a 2-tier tray that I found at Marshall's. I've decorated the tray with some Rae-Dunn pieces in that patriotic theme, some red, white, and blue accents, and a picture of our uncle when he was in the military. I think a little bit of green always adds a lot to any arrangement, and for filler, I use some paper shreds that I find at the dollar store. Beside the cabinet on my preschool chair is a teddy bear with a red, white, and blue collar holding a wreath that I picked up at the Target dollar spot. I've used more of those red, white, and blue bandana strips to add color to my white armoire here in the hallway. I've doubled up on the wire forms to create a two-dimensional wreath to hang here on the doors. I just placed a smaller bandana wreath on top of the original 12-inch one to give it more dimension. Also, fluffing all the strips on both of the wreaths together give it a whole different look. I added a little red, white, and blue to the farmhouse beads hanging on the door, and also a little bit on the basket on the very top to bring everything together. I also think it is really important to document the mess that I make when I am decorating any part of my house. This is my kitchen table, and it pretty much has exploded with red, white, and blue. And I have my island over here that is full of stuff. And I also have a bunch of junk in my hallway where I am decorating. The process for me is always the same. I just keep pulling things out of all the different parts of my house until I find the perfect combination. So I have a really great summertime recipe to share with you guys. This recipe is even better later on in the summer when you have homegrown tomatoes from your garden. So today we are going to be making bruschetta chicken, and like most of my recipes, this one is really simple too. So you're going to need about 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breasts. I'll probably use about 3 of these from this large package. You will also need about 8 Roma tomatoes chopped really small. You'll need some fresh basil, really best if you have some in your garden. You'll also need some balsamic vinegar, and if you can find this glaze, it'll make it even better. I buy mine at Costco. You will also need a bunch of garlic. You can add, to your family's taste. We like to put a lot in ours. Of course, you'll need salt and pepper, garlic powder, a little bit of parsley, and oregano. You will need some shredded Italian cheeses. Whatever you have on hand will do. And you will also need a 9x13 baking dish. To start, you want to chop up all of your tomatoes in really small bite-sized pieces and add them to a mixing bowl. Next, crush up some garlic into the bowl. Now, this can really be to whatever your family prefers. We prefer a lot of garlic, so I added about 6 cloves. Then you want to pick your basil leaves from the stems, wash them really well, and roll them in a cigar shape to chop. Add all of this to the bowl with salt and pepper, additional garlic powder, and about a half a teaspoon of oregano. Next, add about 1/4 cup of the balsamic glaze and mix really well. Place your chicken in a 9x13 baking dish and season really well with salt and pepper, Mrs. Dash, garlic powder, and a little bit of paprika. Spread the tomato mixture on top and cover with mozzarella cheese. Cover the baking dish with some aluminum foil and bake in a 400-degree oven for about an hour until the juices run clear. So I wanted to show you guys a little something that I have set up in my planner. I guess it was maybe 3 or 4 vlogs ago or videos ago. We were talking about how I really wanted to get a jump on some organization projects this summer so that when the fall came around, I was in a little bit better shape going into back to school and all of that stuff. So I was visiting the Erin Condren store. We have one here in Fairfax, Virginia, and I found this insert that I thought would really be perfect for this use. So up here, I just have this called my rehaul before fall, and I have the few areas in the house that I really want to get organized and just get it in better shape. Like, I have the craft room here, the laundry room, I have like bedroom closets, and our big one is our downstairs storage area where, of course, like in everybody's house, everything ends up there. So along the top, I have written out what I want to do in each of these spaces. Declutter, purge, reorganize, wipe everything down, take care of the floors, and decorate if it needs it. So I thought this insert was really great because as I get things done in each of these spaces, I can just check it off as I go, and I'll always know what I have left to do so I can spread it out, you know, over several weeks during the summer. So I just wanted to share that with you. I will put a link down below to my planner and also to this insert because I know you can find this online as well. So that's what I got going on in my planner, and I am really excited because we are going to get started on this list starting with the craft room probably next week. So keep an eye open for that video. So this is what dinner looks like tonight. I'm serving the bruschetta chicken with some orzo and broccoli. So thank you so much for watching today. All the links and the details to this recipe can be found in the information section down below. Please don't forget to subscribe. I put out new videos every week about all things home. So until I see you in that next video, I hope that you love the life that you have, be kind to each other, and I will see you again soon. Bye!